All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the post-race press conference for round 3 of the 2024-2025 AMA Arenacross season. We are here with your AX Pro top 3, Vince Freese, Michael Hicks, and Austin Politelli. Coming off a great night, gentlemen. Congratulations, first of all, for being here. One of the big things that we heard talking all from track walk all the way to main event number 2 was the whoop section. Obviously, in the beginning of the day, they were very, very steep, very big. We saw a lot of different, some skimming in the beginning, and then you guys kind of started to move towards jumping. They knocked them down just a little bit before racing got started on the night show, but then we still saw a little bit of changes by the end of the evening where, Vince was pretty consistently skimming. Austin and Michael, both of you guys were kind of varying back and forth, skimming some, jumping through. Talk a little bit about how you guys made that decision as far as how you decided to approach that and how big of a section that one particular section was as far as for the overall night. Whoever wants to start.
Through the whoops, I'm usually pretty good at skimming. And I don't know, I started jumping a little bit at the end. It just seemed more consistent. And I had arm pump so bad from the first one, I think, with falling and then coming through the pack. So, did a little bit of both.
Yeah, both these guys are really good at skimming whoops, so they were putting pressure on me right there. And it wasn't easy. I was hitting them a little bit out of my comfort zone for sure. Once I got a little gap, I think Austin made a mistake or we got into lappers. I found a jump line that just saved energy and kind of started thinking, man, we got a whole nother night of this and coming off a couple other nights of racing too. So trying to conserve a little bit of energy, and we'll go back and watch tape and see if it was faster or slower or whatever. But these guys push the pace in the whoops for sure.
Michael, I asked the same thing to you.
Yeah. First main event, I was blitzing them. And then in that Stark main event, I found a good jump line. I felt really good on that. So just resorted to that. In the last main, I was pretty tight after doing back-to-back main events. So, jump line, and now I was cutting inside. It was pretty quick. Almost got a couple passes, and then just kind of faded off a little bit, and just happy to get a podium.
Now, Michael, specifically for you, you are double dipping both the X Pro and the AX Pro class. What were some of the biggest differences that you felt between the two bikes here tonight? Saw you maybe trying some different things out, maybe having to do some different obstacles on the Stark Varg versus the Yamaha. Did you feel one had an advantage here tonight with the track layout? Just the overall thought on both bikes.
I was blitzing the whoops on the Stark at the beginning of the main event, and then resorted to a jump line, and then ended up catching Bogle, and he was skimming them. So I figured that was a pretty fast line, and tried it in the last main on the 450, and just couldn't get it done. But I really like the Stark out there. It's very similar. The only hard part is skimming the whoops, no clutch. So you got to come in really fast. So it's hard to come in fast and commit to them. But other than that, pretty similar. The Stark's really easy to throw around, and I like it a lot.
Now, I don't know if you've compared lap times at all. If there was a kicker clash with Michael Hicks on a Stark versus Michael Hicks on a Yamaha, who takes it?
I would say the Yamaha, just because I could blitz the whoops and it's just a tiny bit faster. So, definitely 450.
Well, congratulations. Great ride on both bikes, no matter what.
Thank you.
Vince, for you, we saw you at rounds 1 and 2 in Reno take advantage of that outside gate. This weekend, we introduced the grading system, and we saw you repeatedly go to that outside gate. Talk a little bit about how what the decision is for that, maybe a little bit counterintuitive to some people, but clearly it worked out for you being able to come out out front both times.
Yeah, I got a lot of confidence back when they brought the metal grate back out. It's all I've done for maybe 7 years now. So we showed up to round 1 and anticipating a dirt start or a great start, and it was a dirt start. So that really threw us off, and didn't get a lot of starts on that one. So I was confident. I really like sweeping in from the outside. Something I learned from Michael Lessie and Tony. When you're feeling confident and you can sweep that outside and you can kind of get a gap right off the bat. And I just rolled up there feeling good about it today. So it worked. Those guys are good, though. They're coming right there in the first turn, from the inside. So, we'll see how it lays out tomorrow, if they make any changes or whatever, but it was working tonight.
Now, we have seen multiple times throughout the night you and your teammate Ryan Brees finding each other on the track, battling, whether it's for the lead. Just seems like you guys happen to attract to each other when you're out on the track. After the race, no matter how it turns out, dynamic still good, still kind of breaking down the race with one another, or is it kind of you go to your corner, I go to mine, not negative towards each other, but is there a lot of conversation between races?
Yeah, no, we were high-fiving after that clash race. It was a good, clean battle. I think we bumped one time. He missed a whoop and got real out of shape, and we bumped a little bit. But that's racing, and quite a bit of money on the line. And I think we'll keep it relatively clean. We're teammates, and don't want to destroy the team's motorcycles for sure. And we both want to try to be 1-2 in this championship. And yeah, we're fighting for wins every time.
Great to hear. Congratulations on a great night. Austin, for you, we saw a little mistake there in that first main event. It did cost you. It was relatively early in the race. A couple people got around you. But, man, at main two, you really seemed fired up. You were attacking. Any changes with the motorcycle, anything with you? And overall, what are you hoping this momentum starts to build for you moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of trying everything, to be honest. Just got on the bike a few weeks before the first round, so just trying to find my comfort. I like the bike a lot. It's just kind of switching little things here and there. And, yeah, that was just my mistake in that first one. Just washed the front and tipped over. And then didn't get the greatest start in the second one, but was able to get through the first turn pretty good. And I think it was second. And then got Vince right there in the whoops and then made a few mistakes. But, everyone's riding good. And just hopefully can do that again consistently tomorrow night, too.
Without a doubt, we're excited to see it for sure. Going to open the floor up. If anybody's got any questions, feel free.
Vince, you've had quite the gnarly last week. Walk us through that timeline, and I want to know how gnarly it was.
Yeah, so it was really almost a month, right? We did Perth, Australia, and I opted not to come back home because it was 10 days until Abu Dhabi. So we went on a little kind of vacation, if you want to call it that, just kind of stopped halfway in between, rested up, raced Abu Dhabi. I think that was like another 4-hour time difference. We were like full 12-hour difference. So my clock's pretty messed up, but I'm hoping it doesn't kind of catch up for a couple days. Yeah, and then we had the Abu Dhabi to, or Dubai to Seattle here. Got in here last night at like 10:30, 11. Went to bed about midnight and got a few hours of sleep. Clock's kind of messed up. And yeah, I'm running through it right now on coffee and energy packets right now. So I'm hoping to go crash out and at least get a few hours here before tomorrow. And then next week I'm not doing anything. I'm going to be in bed.
So, to be honest with you, I knew you were going to be a contender this season. I didn't expect you to come out this early being a contender. I thought it'd probably take you a few rounds to get your feet on the ground. What did you expect coming into this?
Yeah, I felt confident, but I know these guys are all good. I've raced with Austin a lot. Raced with Kyle. I know they're all really good, but I had a lot of confidence coming in, obviously. Tight tracks tend to suit me. My starts are good. My whoops are good. I felt there was no reason I shouldn't be a contender to win, but it's kind of a different game, too. And I'm still learning. Like, even tonight, had a few moments where I was like, I could do things a little different here and there, even winning. There's things that could be done better, but we're still learning, and it's fun, man. It feels good to win. Team's high-fiving. We're having fun. The bosses are happy. Mechanics are all stoked. So, yeah, it feels good, and we're going to keep learning and enjoying it.
And Mr. Hicks, I'd like to know how gnarly it is to race 2 classes. Like, you did a lot of laps tonight.
Yeah, it's real gnarly. Honestly, at the beginning of the season, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, and I didn't know that it was going to be back-to-back. I did podium interview, bike was on the line for back-to-back. So, I felt really good. I was really surprised because, I ride as much as I can, but I'm not at a training facility or whatever. So, but yeah, I felt really good. But yeah, I'm still surprised that I can get through the night. But I think it's because the Stark's so easy to ride. I don't have to exert a lot of energy out there. And tonight I got a second place. Kind of made a mistake. Kind of chilled out. Was like whatever. Found a good line and then ended up passing Bogle. So. But yeah, it's been going good so far, and we're up in there in the points on both of them, and hopefully just continue it. First time ever doing this series full out, so the tracks are bigger. I'm used to maybe a little bit smaller track, but I know the intensity, so I just gotta. We're getting better. So mid-season we should be really good.
How many laps would you have done tonight?
I don't even know. I know that the first weekend in one night I did more laps than I do a full weekend at the other series that I used to do. So it's pretty gnarly.
Austin, for you, that second race, you said you got out front. You passed Vince. What was going through your head? And you reclaimed pretty quickly, but you had to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, I kind of been making mistakes all day, honestly, and I went to the lead, and then I think it was after the finish, just went inside and kind of slid out a little bit, but Vince is always really tough to battle with, so I need to just work on my starts and be a little bit more consistent. And I don't know why I got arm pumped so bad in that first one, so I think I was a little pumped up those first couple laps and then kind of settled into a pace. But everyone's riding really good. I think if you start in 5th, it's really hard to move forward, and Yeah, you just need to be consistent with everything.
All right. Anybody else with any questions for your podium?
Yeah, I got a question for you, Austin. After you lost the lead there for a while, there was some fire in your eyes, and it looked like you were almost reeling Vince back in. But then after a while, you settled back in. Was that anything to do with the clash you saw between the 200 and the 1, or did you just did you run out of gas, or just settle in?
No, I feel good in that second one. I think we just got in some lap traffic, and some of those guys getting a little loose in the whoops, and I always struggled to kind of trust other riders, so I backed off a little bit. But I mean, Vince had to go through him too as well, so he just got better, or threw him better than I did. So just need to, just ride as best as I can, and hopefully get two good starts tomorrow night is my main goal.
All right. Anybody else? Last call. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations, and hope the best for you tomorrow night.